We live in digital times. Screens are all around us, at home and at work, and there is hardly an aspect of modern life that's unaffected by new technology. Artists of all sorts have responded with alacrity to the coming of new media. Artists always do. The most obvious case is photography, where digital cameras have made snappers of us all and has made us distrust the so-called truth of camera-made imagery. Andreas Gursky, one of the world's most prominent and highly priced photographers, is famous for the manipulation involved in making of images like this one, his Kuwait Stock Exchange. One of the questions to be asked is whether the digital revolution really represents a radical departure for the arts, or whether it is just a freshened up toolkit for the creative mind. David Hockney is one artist who moved very early into harnessing technology for original image making, and his Polaroid collages blazed onto the scene in the 1970s. These days, it's his iPad that makes his canvas. This iPad drawing has been inkjet printed for his upcoming exhibition at the Royal Academy in London. Bill Viola is perhaps the most famous of all video artists. This work is called Chris and is a reverse sequence of a man showering. Viola has been using video since its inception, which is now, as Dimitris Daskalopoulos points out, already a 50-year-old technology. Daskalopoulos is an important collector of contemporary digital as well as more conventional art forms. For him, its importance is, as he reminds us, that new technologies have always been disruptive of existing ways of thinking. The creative force of that disruption is what our focus on digital art sets out to explore and celebrate. A new prize launched this month, the Samsung Art Plus Prize, underlines the importance of the scene, and the 10-strong shortlist displays its range. Among the shortlist of 10 are many partnership artists. Ian Forsyth and Jane Pollard made this work, Radiomania, an abandoned work, in 2009. Thompson and Craighead, a short film about war, 2009. Semiconductor, Magnetic Movie, 2007. Spiral Sound Coil by Aura Zatz, 2010. Doug Fishbone, the artist-actor, appears in the left foreground of his work Elmina, made in 2010. Torsten Lauschmann, in 2008, created Lifelike. Erica Tan's title for this work, made in 2008, is The Syntactical Impossibility of Approaching with a Pure Heart. Lucky PDF, a 4-person collective from South London, made episode 3 from Frieze, This is Lucky PDF TV, at the Frieze Art Fair in 2011. Museum Futures by Neil Cummings, 2008. Dwelling by Hiraki Sawa, 2002. Musicians too have embraced digital technologies, although the whole focus of experimental arts is to melt away the old boundaries between the different genres. Visual arts, performance and music all merge into one. Last year, Björk made waves with Biophilia, the first app album, on which she played instruments of her own devising and inventively combined electronic beats with the organic sounds of wind chimes and harpsichord. Other instruments to be seen on our stages these days include the Onde Martenot, an electronic instrument probably the first, created in 1928. This image is Cynthia Miller, playing the Onde Martenot at an event organised by Faster Than Sound, an experimental offshoot of the Aldeburgh Festival that's now taking on a life of its own. Faster Than Sound has emerged as a leader in the UK's digital music scene, and these images are from Natures, a musical video work devised in 2008 by DJ Myra Calix, musician Oliver Coates, and the artist Quayola. No introduction to digital arts could fail to mention Brian Eno, probably one of the most important pioneers, not only of what he calls generative music, that is, music made randomly by a pre-programmed computer, but also visual art created on the same endlessly changing random basis in his 77 million paintings. There's nothing odd about playing a computer these days. Sometimes you see them on stage with a full orchestra, and fully fledged laptop orchestras and ensembles use a whole range of techniques. This one is the Birmingham Laptop Ensemble, BIAL for short. And it gets ever more extravagant. We're used to Gorillaz, the highly inventive band in which several members are virtual creations. The digital won't let me go. And more recently, the Chemical Brothers, with their astonishing on-stage technology. While in Japan, Hatsune Miku proves that you don't have to be a human pop star to have real live fans. She's a hologram. Back in the real world, you can now buy a piece of digital art to download straight to your iPhone, iPad, or to watch on a big screen at home. This one is a still image of a video of a burning flower by Matt Collishaw. The younger artists shortlisted for the new Samsung Art Plus Prize tend not to see themselves as digital artists at all. These days, the adjective goes without saying. As John Hill, one of the members of the Lucky PDF Collective, put it, artists who aren't trying to deal with the implications of new media on society just aren't making relevant work.
What are you looking at?